Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today the topic of our lecture is the clotting cascade and bleeding disorders. Objective of the lecture. At the end of lecture, students should be able to know the intrinsic pathway, extrinsic pathway, clotting factors, clinical condition due to deficiency of clotting factors, von Willebrand disease and hemophilia. Coagulation or clotting process, a complex process by which blood forms clot. It is an important part of hemostasis, the cessation of blood loss from a damaged vessel. This is the picture of how the blood clot is being formed after the bleeding. Hemostasis, that is the stoppage of bleeding. First, it is being initiated by the blood vessel spasm that is triggered by the pain receptors. The platelet release serotonin and smooth muscles in the vessel contract. Later on, it is being followed by the platelet plug formation triggered by exposure of platelets to the collagen, and platelet adhere to rough surfaces to form a plug. Blood coagulation triggered by cellular damage, and blood comes in contact with the foreign surfaces. Blood clot is being formed. Platelet plug formation. There is a break in the vessel wall. The blood escapes through the break. Platelet adhere to each other and to the end of broken vessel and to the exposed collagen. Platelet plug helps to control the blood loss. Coagulation. Hemostatic mechanism causes the formation of a blood clot by a series of reactions which activate the next in a cascade. Occurs it extrinsically and intrinsically. Extrinsic clotting mechanism. Chemicals outside of blood triggers blood coagulation triggered by thromboplastin not found in blood, triggered when blood comes in contact with damaged tissue. Intrinsic clotting mechanism. Chemical inside the blood triggers the blood coagulation triggered by Hageman factor found inside the blood, triggered when the blood comes in contact with a foreign surface. This is the picture that is showing the triggering factor for the extrinsic clotting mechanism. It is the damage to the vessel or tissue, but in case of intrinsic clotting mechanism, it is the blood that contacts with the foreign surface. Initiative factor for the extrinsic clotting mechanism is tissue thromboplastin, but in case of intrinsic clotting mechanism, it is the Hageman factor. Series of reactions involving several clotting factors and calcium ions lead to the production of prothrombin activator in both the cases of clotting mechanism, and this prothrombin activator in the presence of calcium ion causes the conversion of prothrombin to thrombin, and the thrombin causes the fragmentation and joining of the clot fragments. That is the fibrin. After the breakdown of the fibrinogen into fibrin, it causes a fibrin clot that causes the adherence of different particles and will cause the stoppage of bleeding. Now this is again a flow chart of blood coagulation. Extrinsic clotting mechanism, tissue damage releasing the factor 3. In presence of calcium, it activates factor 7. In presence of calcium, it activates factor 10, which in presence of factor 5 will cause the release of prothrombin activator, which will cause the conversion of prothrombin factor 2 into activated form of thrombin, and this thrombin will cause the conversion of fibrinogen factor 1 into fibrin, and this fibrin in presence of factor 13 will cause the stabilization of the fibrin clot. In case of intrinsic factor, blood contacts with the foreign surface. It activates the factor 12, which activates the release of factor 11, which causes the activation or release of factor 9, and this factor 9 in presence of factor 8, that is the platelet phospholipid, will cause the activation of factor 10, and factor 10 in presence of factor 5 will in turn cause the release of prothrombin activator, which will again cause the conversion of factor 2, that is the prothrombin in activated form of form of thrombin, that is 2A, and this thrombin will again cause the conversion of factor 1, that is fibrinogen, into fibrin, and this fibrin in the presence of factor 13 will cause the stabilization of the fibrin clot. Fate of blood clots. After forming, a blood clot retracts and pulls the edges of broken vessel together while squeezing the fluid serum from the clot. Platelet-derived growth factor stimulates the smooth muscle cells and fibroblasts to repair the damaged blood vessel wall. Plasmin digests the blood clot, thrombus, abnormal blood clot, emboli, blood clot moving through the blood. The smooth lining of the vessel wall discourages the accumulation of platelet and clotting factor. As a clot which forms, the fibrin absorbs the thrombin and prevents the clotting reaction from spreading. Antithrombin inactivates the additional thrombin by binding to it and blocking its action on fibrinogen. Some cells such as basophil and mast cells secrete heparin, an anticoagulant. Factors that inhibit the blood clot formation normally there is no blood clot formation, but in cases when there are the damage to the vessel tissue or damage to the blood itself, then this activated mechanism will clotting mechanism will be activated. And what are the factors that prevent normally under the physiological condition the blood clot formation does not occur? So the factors are smooth lining of the blood vessel, which prevents the activation of the intrinsic blood clotting mechanism, and that is the factor that is the antithrombin in plasma, which interferes with the action of thrombin. The second factor is the prostacyclin inhibits the adherence of platelets to the blood vessel. Heparin form the mast cell, and basophils interferes with the formation of prothrombin activator. Then comes the fibrin thread, which absorbs the thrombin. Clotting factors, series of plasma proteins which are related through a complex cascade of enzyme catalyzed reaction involving the sequential cleavage of large protein molecules to produce peptide, each of which converts an inactive zymogen precursor factor 2 into an active enzyme, leading to the formation of a fibrin clot. Then comes the clotting factors. These are the some Roman numbers that are indicated the full form of the clotting factors. This is the further explanation of the previous table. Now, bleeding disorders. The disorders of coagulation can lead to an increased risk of bleeding, hemorrhage, or obstructive clotting or thrombosis. There are many kinds of bleeding disorder. The most common are the von Willebrand disease and hemophilia. Von Willebrand disease is the most common inherited bleeding disorder. It is caused by deficiencies or defect in a certain substance in a blood that helps the clot to form, and von Willebrand disease occurs often in men as it does in women. Women with von Willebrand disease may have heavy, long menstrual periods. The most common symptoms: easy bruising, bleeding too much or for a long time after surgery or dental work, bleeding too much after giving birth. Hemophilia is a genetically inherited disease characterized by an inability to form proper blood clot. This deficiency has been attributed to the defective production of factor 8 hemophilia A or factor 9 hemophilia B. Hemophilia A is the most common 80% in form of disease. Hematoma, these are the some terminologies: clot resulting from the blood leakage. Thrombus, clot forming in the vessel. Embolus, thrombus broken loose in bloodstream. Embolism, clot lodged in the blood vessel, cutting of circulation. Infarction, clot forming in vessel to organ. Atherosclerosis, accumulation of fatty deposits in arterial lining causing the thrombosis. Thank you. That was all about the clotting cascade. Thank you.